This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, Ferdinand Town Council discussed many different topics in their regular meeting Tuesday night. Tell City's mayor asked the state for a recanvassing of the city's election. And DuBois County continues to hold on to one of the lowest unemployment rates in the state. In sports, Kurt Guxell brings us up to date. And on WJTS Informed, TRICAP Health Insurance navigators Lisa Sang and Amber Williams talk about a free service at TRICAP to help you with health insurance marketplace. All this and more coming up next on the 18 WJTS News. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. Several issues were brought to the Ferdinand Town Council's attention at Tuesday night's monthly meeting. One hot topic discussed was broadband. DuBois Strong President Ed Cole brought the issue before the council because it's hard for residents in rural parts of the county or the country to get internet access. Cole says this issue should have been discussed a long time ago and says it is time to act now. According to Cole, the first step is to form a broadband committee to conduct a broadband study. Cole says these steps are essential to making a difference. Without them, Ferdinand is not eligible for federal funding and grants. The water system on Ferdinand's southeast side was also brought to the council's attention. According to Water Supervisor Roger Schaefer, the new scenic hills at the monastery needs a new backup system or service. Schaefer brought an idea forward to the council. He proposed creating a new pipe and connecting it to the current pipe that already runs along St. Benedict Drive, a 10-inch pipe going west to Florida Street, and finally an 8-inch pipe running north and connecting to the East 8th Street pipe. When connected together, these pipes would form a loop. The town council agreed to help with the project. Later in the meeting, town manager Chris James mentioned that he went to Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center for a meeting about creating a safe haven box for babies in Ferdinand. According to James, there are 16 boxes statewide, and the nearest box is located in Mount Vernon. And 2 students from Jasper Middle School are already presenting the idea to organizations and starting fundraising. James also mentioned how successful this year's Christkindlmarkt was. According to James, about 10,000 people attended this year's Christkindlmarkt. And speaking of Christmas and the Christmas season, the council approved when the town's Christmas tree lighting is. This year's lighting takes place on Friday, December 6th at 6:30 in the green space near Universal Designs building on Main Street. And you better watch out because Santa Claus is coming to town for the tree lighting too. The final Ferdinand Chamber of Commerce dinner is Wednesday, December 4th at 5:30 p.m. in the Ferdinand Community Center. This is the last annual dinner before the Ferdinand and Huntingburg Chambers merge and become the DuBois County Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about what happened at Tuesday night's monthly meeting in Ferdinand, head to our website, WJTS.tv. The Tell City mayor is filing for recanvass after losing to his Democrat challenger. Incumbent Republican Jim Adams filed papers with the state asking for a recanvassing of votes. On election night, totals showed Adams losing to Democrat Chris Kale by 2 votes. Adams is no stranger to close races. Back in 2015, he won the mayor's race office by 16 votes. A date for this recanvass is not yet set. However, Adams' lawyer Ted Noling says it will be done before December 20th. DuBois County is in the top 2 for the lowest unemployment rate in the state. For October, both DuBois and Tipton tied for the top spot with a rate of 2.1%. This is a slight increase for DuBois County. In September, the county's rate was 1.9. Davies County is not far behind with a 2.2 unemployment rate. Numbers for the surrounding counties include Martin County, 2.4, Spencer and Warwick counties at 2.6, Perry at 2.9, Pike County at 2.7, Orange at 3.1, and Crawford at 3.3. The statewide unemployment rate is at a standstill. According to the Indiana Department of Workforce Development, the state's rate stands at 3.2% for both September and October. This is still below the national average of 3.6%. An Evansville man was arrested in Warwick County last night after an overnight chase. Last night at about 9:25, Indiana State Police at Evansville received information that 23-year-old Levi Martin of Evansville was possibly attempting to commit suicide somewhere in the Bluegrass area south of Elberfeld. Troopers responded to the area, and just after 9:30, they located Martin's white Volkswagen Jetta on St. John Road. Trooper Keller stopped the vehicle on St. John Road south of Baseline, and then Martin continued north on St. John Road, accelerating to approximately 80 miles per hour before driving west on Seven Hills Road into Vanderburgh County. Martin traveled on several different county roads before troopers were able to deploy stop sticks on the Old State Road at Volkman Road. The stop sticks deflated both driver's side tires. Martin continued south on Old State Road at a slower speed until just around 9:45 when he drove off the road on the right side of the roadway and collided into a utility pole at Inglefield Road. Troopers ordered Martin out of the vehicle, but he refused. An Indiana State Police canine was deployed and an apprehension was made, but Martin continued to resist and used the vehicle's door to strike the canine. Trooper Keller tased Martin before finally taking him into custody without further incident. Troopers found multiple cans of alcohol and an empty whiskey bottle inside Martin's vehicle. Martin was transported to Deaconess Midtown, where he was treated and released for his injuries. Martin is currently being held on bond in the Warwick County Jail. Toxicology is pending. Martin is being charged with a level 6 felony count of resisting law enforcement, a class 6 felony refusal of driving while intoxicated, and a class B misdemeanor charge of reckless driving. The longest-serving leader of the Indiana House announced Tuesday that he will retire after the 2020 legislative session. Republican Speaker Brian Bosma told lawmakers that he would continue in the powerful position that largely controls which proposals are considered until the upcoming session ends in March. The 62-year-old Bosma said he wouldn't seek re-election in 2020 after 34 years in the House. Bosma said he'll become chairman of the Washington-based Republican Legislative Campaign Committee and continue working at an Indianapolis law firm. Republican House members will select Bosma's successor in the coming weeks. Bosma said the successor will work with him during the 2020 session and take over GOP caucus leadership heading into the November 2020 election, when all 100 House seats will be on the ballot. Now stay tuned. Weather and sports still to come on 18 WJTS News.